Blues revealed on Monday that they were still in talks with the EFL regarding their ability to conduct transfer business and still comply with financial fair play restrictions. The EFL are currently refusing to allow us to make additions which would enable us to strengthen the manager's squad, the club's statement read. Despite that, a loan deal for Da Silva appears to be in the offing. The Arsenal Academy product, who since joining the club at the age of 8 has played up front, in midfield and in defence, featured in EFL Cup wins over Norwich, Doncaster and West Ham last season under Arsene Wenger. The 19-year-old was also an unused sub in last season's Europa League win over Red Star Belgrade. Blues, who have so far signed only left-back Christian Petersen this summer, are under an embargo, but there is a loophole. The EFL will permit the signing of a player if the club's current squad consists of less than 24 senior players, senior being defined as players aged 21 or over and who have made 5 or more first-team appearances, and if the salary of the incoming player is less than £600,000 a year. Or the club in question has 24 players exactly, they can sell a player and replace him with a player who is on 75% of the wages of the outgoing player and, again, is below the £600,000 mark. Blues currently have less than 24 senior established players, and so are able to bring another player in under these particular guidelines. That player at this stage looks like being Da Silva. Blues and the Gunners have done quite a bit of loan business down the years. Steve Bruce was the benefactor of Portet Sebelarsson, Fabrice Muamba, Johan Giroud and Nicolas Bentner. More recently, Gary Rowett landed John Torrell and Harry Redknapp last summer, brought in Carl Jenkinson and Cohen Brummel. No Stockdale U-turn. EFL's FFP warning monk wants clarity getting Hoda under embargo. Birmingham City have finally addressed the transfer embargo which has been overshadowing their preparations for the new season, writes Alex Dickin. Shortly after the EFL released their first correspondence on the matter on Monday evening, Blues released a detailed statement confirming that the club has been placed under transfer embargo. Like many championship clubs who are treading the financial fair play tightrope, Blues were initially placed under a soft embargo at the end of last season. However, with the EFL not convinced Blues had heeded their warning, they were placed under full transfer embargo in early July, and that prevents them from registering players. Here's everything we've learned so far. Club statement: the club has spent several months working diligently to satisfy the EFL. Unfortunately and disappointingly, the EFL are currently refusing to allow us to make additions which would enable us to strengthen the manager's squad. We are hopeful that a satisfactory agreement can be reached with the EFL as soon as possible to help ensure our continued competitiveness in the championship. We fully understand supporters' frustrations over this issue in the wake of recent speculation and rumor. We share those frustrations. The club asks supporters to maintain the fabulous and passionate backing they have given to Gary Monk and the team since the manager's appointment. It is hugely appreciated, and when we have that togetherness and strength in numbers, it can make a big difference. The board of directors are ambitious and are committed to improvement and bringing success to the club, in all aspects on and off the field. And supporters can rest assured that we are doing everything in our power to address this current situation. The club will make no further comment. We thank you for your understanding. What Monk has said: the manager has been tasked with batting away questions throughout the summer without being able to offer any great insight himself. He has, however, constantly reassured supporters that the owners have given him reassurances that this issue won't linger for any longer than it has to. At the end of the day, that issue is a club issue. It's not really for me to comment on, the manager said. I know that it's still ongoing, the talks with the EFL, and like everyone else I have to wait on the outcome. But I've been assured since I came to the club that it won't be a problem for us. Of course, ideally you would like to bring players in. Every club would like to bring players in from day one, but there are situations where it's not possible. We've still got a lot of time. Like I said, we've been assured that issue will be taken care of and we've still got time to bring in the players that we want. Danish defender Christian Petersen only joined the club in June, but he's been placed in limbo with the EFL reluctant to register him. Asked specifically about Petersen's situation at a recent open training session, Monk said, "At this moment in time the club are working very well with the EFL trying to make sure that solution gets done. I've been assured that's going to happen, so, like everyone else, I'm just waiting. He's a really good lad. He's fitted in really well with the lads. He'll be a great asset for us and has great potential. He's still very young and has a lot to offer. He's working very well with the group. What needs to be done?" Blues chief executive Zondong Ren is still in daily dialogue with the EFL as the club tries to work its way out of a sticky situation. The EFL have been reluctant to comment on the situation throughout the summer, but a spokesperson today told the BBC Blues have been informed of the requirements they need to meet before Monk can add to his Blues squad. The EFL has been in regular contact with the club throughout the summer and set out on the 13th of July our requirements in respect of the basis upon which the club would be able to make additions to Gary Monk's squad. Crossroads. The August 8th transfer deadline will play an important role in the championship promotion chances for West Midlands clubs, writes Gary Newbin. Will Aston Villa hold on to three key players and Jack Grealish in particular? The same applies to West Bromwich Albion, while Birmingham owners need to support Gary Monk the other way. League One. Coventry City, where Mark Robins is the perfect fit for both club and owners, need to provide sum of £4+ million transfer windfall to the manager, but will probably give a small amount. The English Football League season opens this weekend, with the Premier League kicking off the following week. Stoke City are rightly favourites to go up, particularly as they hang on to goalkeeper Jack Butland. They have spent big and have an excellent new manager in Gary Rowett. The Baggies are next but have it all to do. I hope Darren Moore does well. He will need to and has already made a good move in appointing the Belgium coach Graham Jones as his assistant. The latter's first move is to persuade his World Cup winger Nasser Chadli to stay. Sam Johnston is an excellent signing from Manchester United, having spent last season on loan in goal for the Villa. Meanwhile, as I pleaded in last week's column, Steve Bruce has kept his job at Villa and, having survived that speculation, he now sweats that he does not lose Jack Grealish to Spurs. The player needs the move for his future development as an England player, but the club, despite their financial fair play problems, want to keep their prize asset, especially for the transfer fee so far offered by Spurs chairman Daniel Levy. Will Levy offer more when Spurs return from the USA this week, but will Villa's new owners sell if he does? Levy may have missed this boat. Grealish, aged 22, is Villa through and through, but unless Villa return to the Premier League sharpish, you should not blame Grealish improving himself. Having turned down £10 million for central defender James Chester, the Welshman seems likely to stay, as does striker Jonathan Kodjia, who still has some convincing to do. The new Villa owners Nassif Sa'iris and Wes Edens want promotion and intend to back Bruce once the FFP hurdle has been passed. In return, they need to be patient with the manager. The loan signing of Atletico Madrid goalkeeper André Moreira is a good move. The 22-year-old Portuguese has only made 37 senior appearances, but he is represented by super agent Jorge Mendes. The irony here is that Villa were one of the clubs complaining about Mendes' involvement with Wolves last season. That's football. I do not think Villa Blues, lagging behind with little transfer support for manager Monk, will get promotion this season. The bookmakers agree, do you? The Baggies represent the best chance. Darren Moore, one of the best people you would meet in the game, may have to toughen up. It's a long season and his team need to come out of the blocks flying. They are unbeaten in friendlies, but too much emphasis is placed on these results. It's all about competitive games for points and places, not about warm-up games. The big kickoff comes this weekend. Albion are at home to Bolton on Saturday. The same time Blues will be at home to Norwich, while Villa go to Hull on Monday for the Sky Sports live screening. Villa are the biggest TV Championship audience draw on television. Villa Blues Albion Wolves Coventry City, back in League One, are at home to Scunthorpe. Mark Robins keeps producing miracles under difficult circumstances. He has the knack of signing decent players on a shoestring budget and achieving results. Wembley triumphs for 2 successive seasons. Not so many academy developers at present, but Robins is still grafting away in the market and non-league discoveries. He is careful and shrewd on that count. The big question is, where will the goals come from now that 28 goals Mark McNulty has been sold to Reading for £1.5 million? The Sky Blues also have a bonus of over £3 million from former player James Maddison's expensive transfer from Norwich to Leicester. I suspect very little of that will be available to Robins. He is hoping to sign striker Connor Chaplin from Portsmouth this coming week, but that deal still has to be done. Lack of goals from midfield has been a worry, and it should be remembered that McNulty did not really get going until after Christmas. Without the striker's goals, Coventry would not have taken last place in the playoffs. Coventry City are 8th in the bookies' Sky Bet League One bookies list at 20-1. They should get a top 10 finish, which would be good. Promotion? Maybe not this season. But Robins should be applauded, and Coventry are lucky to have him.